Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, sorry about that. We are back, the village is being attacked, and I remembered what the cover button was. So now we have a crossbow. Now the crossbow is the single shot weapon for this section of the game, which is why I have almost no ammo for it, and it reloads after every shot. Still pretty good. It even does better against the armored guys. It doesn't one-shot them, because, you know, that would be absolutely ridiculous. Fuck, I missed him. But it still does significantly better against them than, like, my gun does. Oh, shit. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Wow, he took 2 shots to the head after I knocked off his helmet. Like, holy shit, that... It's either a very thick scarf he's wearing over it, or over his face, or, you know, the more likely reason, bullshit. Because, you know, that's generally what these games go for. Oh shit, what's this? Oh no. Oh god. Nate, you gotta get better. Fuck. Forgot he had a helmet too. There we go. Did he just die from one shot to the chest? What a horrid bad guy you are. Okay, I should probably pick up an AK. Because you don't get very many crossbows in this part. Mainly because it is a single shot weapon, and you know they never give you a lot of ammo for them. Like the what is it called? The West 44, the Desert Eagle. None of them give you a lot, and for the most part, I ignore them anyway. Now this part here took me quite a few tries on my brutal playthrough. But the easiest way I found to, and mainly because I don't understand quite the spawn rate of everything here. So like you have that mounted gun there, you have a guy with a, oh, come on, climb up into it, there we go. You have a guy with a rocket launcher up somewhere that I don't remember. But yeah, that guy there. But here's the thing, right? As soon as I figured this out, it made it super fucking easy. As soon as you kill that guy on there, guys will start running for it. Like, as soon as they spawn in, they'll, like, climb over the thing. And all you gotta do is just pop them a little bit, and they will stop. Oh, shit. Damn it. But yeah, they will, for obvious reasons, you know, you get on that thing and you're pretty fucking set. Now, one thing that seems to be different here, which is surprising, a little bit surprising to me, is he didn't aim at me. Like, he actually stopped aiming at me to aim back down at the ground to the people. Now, I gotta say, every time I went through that on brutal difficulty, not once did they ever stop looking at me. You know, I'll take a fucking Desert Eagle, why not? Like, every time that they would jump up onto here, they would just aim at me over in that little corner where I was. And not once did they ever aim away from me. No matter how long I stayed behind cover. They were always like, no, that Nathan Drake, we gotta kill him. Screw everybody else trying to shoot at us. We need to kill Nate. Yeah, you prick. Also, don't do this if you're playing on brutal. Don't actually go to the gun. Because you will die. You will die fast and you will die horribly. Because you cannot fucking get on this gun on brutal difficult. I don't recommend it on crushing either. On hard, it was alright. You can take a few shots on hard. You can take 0 shots on brutal. Well, that's not true. Fucker. That's not true. You can take 1 shot on brutal sometimes. So if you wait there long enough, I don't know why they weren't, but usually those guys show up and they just keep taking cover like right there where you can shoot them. Obviously those guys had stopped doing it, but whatever. But yeah, that section there took me quite a few... Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have probably... I realized that I started saying fuck and then still stopped to pick up the ammo, but I mean, it was ammo. Okay, there's another grenade. Oh, I'm full up on grenades, that's fine. No, I don't want the AK, I got an M4, which is significantly better. So we are making pretty fucking good progress through this game. This part here also pretty fucking difficult, especially when, you know, you get nicked by a bullet, which throws off your one fucking Desert Eagle shot that you had left, because, you know, you're an animal, and as soon as you get a one-shot weapon, you immediately use it. I gotta say, which is surprising for me. Most of the time, if I get, like, overpowered weapons or something that have, like, limited uses, I generally don't use them, like, at all. It's, like, the same thing as in, like, RPGs. You know how, like, you'll play an RPG, and by the end of the game, you have, like, 5,000 revives, 5,000 healing potions, just because you never use them, because it's, like, or 5,000, like, full heal potions, right? Obviously, it's different in some games. Like, you know, I've never had that problem in Pokemon because it's super easy to just buy everything. But in other games, like, you know, this game, or like RPGs like Final Fantasy and that, you know, your Phoenix Downs, you'll never want to use, or like you'll never end up using them. To be fair, there's two reasons to not use Phoenix Downs. One is you're trying to save them for when you need them. Two is you just don't die. Both of those very valid. I mean, generally when I play an JRPG like that, I'm not one... wow, you got fucked up. I'm not one for grinding in the majority of games, but when I play an RPG, I usually end up playing it in a way that makes me overpowered. And by that, I mean, like, if you take games that have open world enemies, right? Like, when you're crossing the map, you'll just have enemies pop up and whatnot. I will fight... Well, okay, well, there's two different ways for games to do that anyway. There are the games where the enemy just pops up and you're in the fight. Like, there's no, like, representation of them on the map. But then there are some games, and I'm going to use Tales of Symphonia, and I don't know about the rest. Tales of Symphonia was the only real Tales game that I played. But they will represent the enemies on the map, so you actually have to... So you can dodge them, but you physically have to touch them on the map. And in Tales of Symphonia, whenever I play that game... Oh, God. I always make it a point that whenever I'm crossing the map, like whenever I'm going somewhere, be careful because there's a guy with a grenade launcher somewhere. If an enemy spawns on the overworld map, I immediately go to fight him. Oh god, there's an armored guy there too. I'm more worried about the ow, fuck. About the normal guys than the armored guys right now, just mainly because, you know, I know that there's one with a grenade launcher and I haven't fucking seen him yet. But yeah, like, I will... Oh god, is that a mini... Oh, right, they have the GAU 19. It is, in all honesty, a shit gun to use. It is fucking, like, worthless for a heavy weapon. God, I keep feeling the explosions, but I have yet to actually see the grenade or the dude holding the launcher. But yeah, playing that game, I will... Oh, is that... No. I will make sure that whenever an enemy spawns on the map, that I am going to go over to it and fight it. Like, I played that entire game. Oh, there's the grenade launcher guy. I played that entire game, and when you fight an enemy on that map, right, like, you move a few feet, and then, like, a bunch of enemies will spawn on the map, and they're just, like, black shadows, and then when you touch them, it determines, like, where you are and whatnot to say what enemy it is. You know, it was I played it on the GameCube, so, you know, it's not like they're gonna have a whole lot of data. Oh, fuck me. Are you kidding me? There was another... Oh. Fucking... I hate that because this checkpoint fucking blows. Now, one thing I didn't do, which I did obviously through Brutal and through Crushing and probably through Hard, is you can sit here for a significant amount of time and just kill people because they will constantly climb this ladder and try and get up there to fight you. There is a couple guys who will circle around, like they'll circle around to that. But you don't really have to worry about them because that's all they'll do is throw grenades. They can't shoot you. Fuck, I should have taken out that guy first. Then you. Now, you might have seen the armored guy down there. I don't really have to worry about him. Oh, there we go. Because I don't think that the armored guys can climb ladders for some reason. Now, it kind of makes sense because that's a lot of armor they're wearing. So, I think I actually killed them with body shots instead of headshots. That might be the first time I've done that this playthrough. But yeah, like, whenever you're going on the map in Tales of Symphonia, the enemies will spawn. And then, as soon as you fight one, like, as soon as you touch one and fight one, oh, God, every enemy on the map will then disappear once you, like, when you come out of the fight, the enemies who were there aren't there anymore. God, oh, so that was both of the grenade launcher guys. Oh, this guy got fucked up. And then, you know, you move a little bit more, and then it'll obviously spawn more enemies for you to fight. And when I played through that game, every time the enemies would spawn, I would go over to one and I would fight them. Every time. And by the time I reached the end of that game, especially since, well, okay, like by the time I reached the end of that game on that playthrough, it was like I was fucking ridiculously overpowered. And another thing that's cool about that game is every time you reach, or every time you finish a fight, you get a grade based on how much damage you did, your combo. I think your combo becomes a part of it. How long it took you to do the fight and everything like that, right? And at the end of the game, it adds up all the grades that you got. Like, you get, like, an actual, like, number that gets added to a total. At the end of the game, when you start a new game plus, it isn't just, like, a straight up, here's everything you already had, go for it. You actually have to do... Ow. Oh, I am so lucky that he missed that shot. I was so fucking dead. It actually opens up a menu, and you use the grade that you got to buy perks that go into your next playthrough. Now, the perks can be helpful or hurtful. Like, they actually have perks that will make the game harder for you. Like, they have a half XP perk, so that, like, you know, obviously your next playthrough, every time that really hurt his ankle, like, with that. But yeah, like, every fight that you come across in the next one, you'll only get half the experience for it. Now, this part also sucks because there's enemies in there that you can't kill. Like, you can't shoot in there, you can't grenade them or anything until you actually physically come down. But yeah, like the grade stuff is fucking awesome, because then there's also ones where it's like get extra grade. Like, that's generally the one that I try and get them first, because you know you only have so much grade, but depending on and it all depends on how many fights you do. So, like, if you speed through the game, you're obviously not gonna have very much grade, even if you got a good grade on every fight, because you know you didn't have that many fights. So, like, you can do that one so that the next time you beat it, if you're planning on doing more than 2 playthroughs, you definitely need it. Well, you don't need it. You don't technically need any of it. But you do that. Then there's one that you can get 2 times the experience, one that you can get 10 times the experience. But as you play the game, you unlock titles for doing different stuff. And there's some titles that are super fucking hard to get. Oh, cutscene.
What? Holy shit! Oh crap! Jump! Jump!
But yeah, there's this part, by the way, is fucking horrible on the higher difficulties. Mainly because obviously the tank will fuck you up, so you have to keep moving. But then there's also little enemies that fuck you up as well. Once again, when the tank shoots you, you do get a little bit of leniency on the higher difficulties. Okay, Tenzin, get that door open. But yeah, then there's some titles that are really easy to get because it's like, hit this much of a combo, or, you know, do this side quest or something, right? But then there's some of them, like there's one for, I don't remember which character it's for, because every character has different titles. But there's one for not using any healing items until a certain point in the game. It's not that bad. The game isn't all that hard. And once again, if you like don't avoid fighting, it'll be even easier. And then on subsequent playthroughs where you have like the experience multiplier in that, it's even easier. But yeah, then there's one like that. Then there's one for when you first start out, your main character dual wields swords. And there's an achievement to make it, I think you have to beat the boss. There's one boss that you fight. And it's actually a boss that you can fight at 2 different points. Like you can fight her earlier or later. It's just completely up to you. But it's whenever you fight her. If you kill that boss and you have it switched off of your wooden swords, which are your beginner weapons for him, for your main character, you get another title. And some of the titles do nothing, they just change their outfits. Other titles actually give you boosts so that when you level up, it'll increase stats. So like, I can't remember what they are, but like every character has like, oh, fuck me, there we go. Has like more or less an ultimate title. And it's like when you play through the game, you want that title to be the one that's on. Because it like boosts everything when you level up, and it's fucking amazing. And then they have, some of them have like outfit titles and whatnot. Now those titles aren't bad, the outfit titles, because generally it's just like, oh, there's like a secret event that you can do that, you know, does nothing. It's just an event, it does nothing. It's like a kind of like a bonding experience. Like there's one, like everybody has a swimsuit outfit, but you can't get them all in one playthrough. Because when you go to the beach area, if you go talk to the guy in the hotel, he'll be like, hey, you can go to the beach. It's great. And if you do decide to go to the beach, come on, Nate, just, there we go. I think you're automatically taking the one character with you, and then you can choose someone else. 1 or 2 of the characters, I think, are guaranteed to come with you. But then you can choose 1 or 2 of the other characters to come with you. So you don't get all of their bathing suit outfits at the same time. And then certain characters obviously have things that give you different outfits just solo, like just for them. Like it's not like a set with everybody else's. I don't really remember what those ones are though. Oops, didn't want that. Right. I got confused here a bunch on my first playthrough because I didn't know which way to go. But yeah, it's not bad. The only shitty thing about the outfit ones is obviously if you want your characters to level up well, you need a title that actually boosts their stats when they level up. But yeah, it's fucking fantastic. I never did get all of them. There's also a couple. You have a Monster Encyclopedia. And one of the characters has a title related to completing it, and you can't do that in one playthrough either, because there are a couple options that you can make throughout the game that will change what characters you have in your party at the end of the game and who you fight at the end of the game. And then there's another one that the little mage kid that you start with has that come on, here we go. It's for collecting at least one of every item in the game, which isn't too bad. You'll get most of them in one playthrough, but once again, you can't get them all in one playthrough. Mainly because, once again, there's items that you can, where, like, there's a choice. Like, at one point, I don't remember at what point it is, but you have a choice to make between, like, a bunch of people come to your door at one point in the room that you're staying in. And depending on who you answer the door to can determine... Oh, fuck. So you don't want to be out of cover when he shoots his big one, and you just need to blast them with the rocket launchers. Now this part, obviously, if you have the infinite ammo perk on, you can just keep blasting them with the rocket launcher and whatnot, and just kill them right here. Obviously, without it, you have to keep moving. As long as you don't miss any of your rocket launcher shots, it's not bad. But if you miss, also you can stand back here to avoid the tank when you're shooting the other guys. But if you miss any of them, it becomes significantly harder just because you have to go further for the rocket launchers. But yeah, like, and then they have, like, Tales of Symphonia is probably the first RPG that I put, like, an insane amount of time into. Oh, fucker, tank. Just because, like, I had over 80 hours in that game. Just because of the sheer amount of shit that you can unlock and do in that game. Like, for example, there is a certain boss. He's super fucking hard. But if you manage to defeat him, he shows up 3 times throughout the game at different points. Okay, I'll just take that AK. And if you beat him all 3 times, you unlock your main character's... Well, you would either consider it his best weapon or second best weapon. Like, it has almost perfect stats across the board. But there's also a separate thing you can do that involves you getting curse weapons. And when you collect the curse weapons, they start out, they have like 0 or negative for stats. Like, there's none of them that start good, right? And as you play, you'll find one for each of your characters. There's also, you'll find, oh, fuck off, Nate. But yeah, there's one for each of your characters, and then after you collect them all, you take them to this guy, and he's like, okay, if you bring them here, I can help you break the curse on the weapons, because he's cursed. He's the one who tells you to get them. You can collect them beforehand. But this guy asks you to collect these weapons because he has a curse on him, and the only way to break the curse is with the weapons, or he needs to break the curse on the weapons to break the curse on himself. And after you collect them all, he tells you to go to a place. You go there, and it turns out that no, he wasn't cursed. He just wanted you to collect the weapons for him because he knew some spell to make himself invincible or something, right? So yeah, this here's what I mean. Like, if you don't miss any shots, which I didn't, you should end right here. I don't actually think that there's any areas past this. Like, I think that this is the end. I don't know how they do it if you miss too many shots. Like, I don't know if they just keep spawning rocket launchers for you. But yeah, after you beat that guy, it breaks the curse on the weapons. And then after that, every enemy you kill with that weapon will increase its stats in some way.
Schaefer. Where's Schaefer?
Nate!
They took Schaefer.
Oh, God. It's because he had the dagger.
I know. Hey!
No time to argue. We gotta go.
All right, oh, at least scooch over.
Okay.
All right. They must have taken him in the lead car.
We gotta stop him before Lazarus gets a hold of him.
All right. I have an idea.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm gonna clear the road. Here, take the wheel.
What?
Just take it.
Why didn't you just let me drive in the first place?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Hold it steady.
Okay.
That's good. All right. Here we go. A little closer. There you go.
Hang on!
But yeah, and then obviously if you continue to use them, like, they still start shit, like right after you break the curse, like their stats don't increase at all, so they're still negative, or they're still 0 or negative at the point when you first get them, and they're useful. The only difference is that obviously after you kill enough guys with them, they become fucking super powered. Like I said, they turn into the best weapons that you can possibly get in the game. There are other weapons that aren't those, that just start, like, well, I'd say start, that just are really good. And those are generally the ones that I go for. Oh, really, Nate? You're supposed to jump on the other truck. Like beating the guy 3 times, or beating the boss, that one boss 3 times, finding him and beating him 3 times. I use that one all the time. Also, every time you die in this game, you start with the fucking AK for some reason. No matter what you were holding. There we go. So you have to apparently wait until he comments that, you know, his truck is fucked.
Where did these guys come from?
Kill the driver, there we go. But yeah, like that game there, I've put so many fucking hours into, it's ridiculous. Also, these guys give zero fucks about their own dudes. Because, like, I don't think I actually got that guy. This part, surprisingly enough, not bad on the higher difficulty. They give you a significant amount of leniency in this part.
I gotta find another
Yeah?
truck.
Bitch! Oh, look, he was with the gas mask, guys. For obvious reasons. I mean, you're not going to be able to do this without getting shot. Even on this part here, you know, you can one-shot all the vehicles, but except for the trucks. The trucks you can't. Yeah. I'm working on it, Elena. God. I already shot him once. God. He's taking more shots than I thought he would. But yeah, like, I put so much time and effort into that game, it's ridiculous. It's probably the game that I've beaten the most times. Like, not in a row necessarily. Like, the most new game pluses, or just new games that I've played on it. I tried playing, because there's, at one point there was a sale on Tales of Vesperia, which is obviously in the same vein. So I bought it because you know, I thought, oh man, it's gonna be awesome, right? I didn't like this much.
You okay back there?
Yeah, there's the lead car. Got it.
Hold on.
Ah, that's right, you bastards. We got you now. Oh, crap.
There's no way they survived that. Let's go.
Come on. Just like old times, huh?
You could say that. So now what?
We head to the creepy old monastery. What else? There's Schaefer. Damn it.
What's happening?
Lazarevich has him.
Oh no. Ugh.
You ready for this?
As I'll ever be.
Almost there. You got it? Uh-huh. Right, quietly now. Come on. Nice view.
Men.
No, I was talking about the mountains.
Yeah, sure you were.
Come on.
So it's actually Friday today, recording this. Usually I record these on Mondays, because then, you know, well, usually I do all my recording on Mondays, but I think I said this in my Watch Dogs video that I did or something. Going to my aunt's on Monday for Thanksgiving, so won't have any time to record then, because I'm being picked up at 2:30. We aren't having dinner until later, but you know what? That's when I have to get picked up. So that guy there, obviously you start this with no weapons. That guy there, you want to give him a minute so that the other guy walks away. If you pull him off the cliff too early, he'll see you, which normally isn't a bad thing, but you start this mission with 0 guns. So, also, it's total bullshit that Elena survived that. Like, Nathan, kind of bullshit, because, you know, you know, like the odds of you actually managing to jump off of that thing and grab a hold of something that doesn't kill you, right? Absolute horseshit that Elena survived. She was in the truck. Like there's just no way that she fucking survived that because she was inside the driver's seat. Oh, dude, get fucking covered. And there's no way that she managed to open up the driver's side door, jump out, and oh, there we go. Jump out and grab the cliff. What? Where the fuck did you even come from? So I think this is one of those areas where if you manage... Well, I don't think. I know this is one of the areas where if you manage to stealth it, less guys show up. Like that guy there. He just popped up from behind there, and there's no reason for him to be back there. But this next section coming up has a significant amount of difficulty if you try and stealth it. It is somewhat doable. Oh, wait, what was that? A crossbow, I don't care. But overall, it's mostly bullshit. Like, you can't really stealth it. Now, there are certain guys that you can, obviously. And generally, the best plan to do is to stealth what you can. Or just stealth until it goes wrong, basically. As soon as it goes wrong, just go all out. I mean, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, there's a bunch of dudes here. At most, you want to try and take out this guy here that I did and that guy there, just so that you're over here. When the enemies start coming at you. You can take cover behind that rock and hold them off as they come through the door, but there are a couple enemies that don't give you a very good shot at them when you do that. Oh, fuck off. There's no way. Anyway. But yeah, I think I managed to fully stealth it maybe once. Oh god, there's an armored guy. Also, and I know I did because it was like the first area with an armored guy that I actually managed to stealth. And I was really worried that you wouldn't be able to stealth kill an armored guy. As it turns out, it's just as easy as stealth killing anyone else. Just walk up behind them, he jumps on their back and kills them. I also had a couple of issues in this on... I don't remember if it was my brutal playthrough or not. It was one of my playthroughs though. And I had an issue where I didn't do it stealthy. But I just had enemies that weren't spawning or spawned like in a wall or something. Because like Elena was freaking out about enemies. It wasn't progressing my game. Like it didn't activate the next cutscene in my game and whatnot. But I couldn't find any enemies anywhere. Like I ran around in the open. I wasn't getting shot. I wasn't... well, that was just basically it. Like I wasn't getting shot. I couldn't see anyone. Obviously, nobody could see me enough to shoot me. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I ended up having to restart. And then it just worked the next time. So yeah, I don't know. There's ammo there. I'm also being shot at by a turret right now. There's a turret all the way over there. But I'm not too worried about it. Oh, wait, I saw more ammo. Oh, I'm full up on ammo. Okay. Oh, fuck. So this part... Oh, there it was. So this part here, right? It has the turret over there, and then it has this area here. When you're playing through it on the lower difficulties, it's better to go for the turret. Like, I'm going to go for that turret. When you're playing through it on the higher difficulties, though, what you want to do is you want to push this just like normal, but then you want to jump over there and go that way. Because the guy on the turret won't be able to hit you because you just go up there a bit, and it's blocked.
Damn it, they're on both sides.
Because as you can tell, you get a bunch of guys that come this way. Ow, ow, ow. Take fucking cover. I don't even know who fucking shot me though. But yeah, and you want to go up there, clear them out, and then just stay up there, because then the enemies will funnel to you. I think you have to go over to where the turret is to activate a set of enemies, but I'm not 100% sure. I also don't know how the fuck that turret is hitting me. Like, I'm peeking out of cover that way, and he's shooting me. Oh, fuck. You also don't want to jump there. Otherwise, you end up doing that, and it's not good. But yeah, it's probably the one area where you have to take like a drastically different approach to it on the higher difficulties. Most of the areas of the game is play the game on, you know, a lower difficulty, other than, you know, fucking crushing. Oh, being shot from behind. Forgot about these assholes. Cover there. Fuck me, I'm being shot from... I am so dead. There's no way I'm surviving this. Take cover down there. Got him. So yeah, that's why you don't want to do it, or do that on the higher difficulties. Because those guys, obviously, when they come up behind you, you're fucked. Especially on Brutal. So you want to be over there, because then all these enemies will funnel down an area. You can just pop them in the head as they go. That guy's fucking teabagging his friend that was there. That wasn't very nice of you. Did he die? I think so. So, as you can tell, this game here, or this gun here, is, I think I don't think they all had this, but this one here actually has like an ammo counter. You have to be very careful with those guys. If you can tell where it's aiming, thankfully, so you can tell whether or not they're going to pop you. I know in a lot of games, they'll just pop you anyway. These guys don't seem to have good enough aim to get through the, like that little hole that's in there where the targeting thing is. You can shoot through it, so it's definitely doable. But thankfully they didn't let the enemies do it. But yeah, probably one of the few games that actually has an ammo counter on these fucking things. Oh, there we go. And it was this point here that the game glitched on me or bugged on me or whatever. Because that never ended. Like, Elena would come up, she would move around a bit. But like at one point she was taking cover here. So I'm like, oh, they must be over there. So I went and searched over there. Could not find an enemy anywhere on the map. Get some more ammo. If I only picked up 4, it's probably full, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what caused the bug or anything, but it worked perfectly fine the next time I did it, and I hadn't done anything differently. So.
I'll hold it. You go first.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was saying it's Friday. So I'm going to try and record everything for next week today. Which will actually give me more or less a week off almost. There'll be a couple things that I'll still have to record because they're with other people.
I think I see a rope down here.
Okay, sit tight.
Oh, I think I went the wrong way, didn't I? Yeah, I need to climb down that path. Oh, hey, Nate. Down. Thank you. Nope, not around. Down. Nope, that's still not. There we go. So, you know, we'll see how well that goes for me. I don't know exactly how much I'll get. You know, if, like, one more thing had broken, he would have been fucked, right? But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think I can do it. Because, I mean, I record everything all in one day anyway. So you wouldn't think that...
Well, here's the rope.
That it would make a difference what day it is. But, I mean...
Got it!
It'll be really weird to wake up, like, next Monday and be like, I have nothing to record. And then Tuesday and be like, I have nothing to edit. It'll be super fucking weird. So you do have to throw that up. You can cross this. Unfortunately... it lets you progress way further than it should without you doing that. Like, you can go all the way to here without actually throwing her the rope. Which isn't bad. You can just drop down and do it again. But it's still weird that they let you go that far.
I got you.
Yeah, there's... I don't think we'll get to it this video. I think it might be a next video thing.
Give me a hand. We'll push
By the looks of the time. There's a tower that we have to climb up, and it is fucking stupid.
Hey, we can climb up this thing now.
It's the illusion of being able to stealth it is the problem. Because I spent a good hour or so on my Brutal playthrough trying to pure stealth it. It's not actually possible.
Hey, I found a rope.
And I know this because after not being able to do it, I looked it up, and a lot of people, like, no one even says, like, oh, I managed to do it. You know, like those people on the internet who always manage to do the stuff that other people say are impossible. You know, like those, like, 1 or 2 guys that say that they beat the last level of Cloudberry Kingdom. It's like, no, you didn't.
There. Is that them?
It's like, oh, but I got the achievement. It's like, yeah, there's ways around that.
Into that tower. Damn it.
Come on, we've got to hurry.
I really like this area. Like, you know, the blown out ruins and that. It makes a lot more sense than some of the other exploration games like that, where you, or any game really, where you go to like an ancient site and it's like everything is like, oh god, perfect. You know, like nothing is busted. Also, I have totally jumped earlier on that and died because I bounced off of Elena's back.
It's locked. There's no way we're getting through here.
Okay. I'll try to find another way around. Open it from the other side. You sit tight.
All right, just try to be subtle. We don't want to attract any unnecessary attention.
Subtle. Right. Got it.
Ah, yes, you know me, Nathan Drake, the subtle. You know, subtlety is my specialty. You know, it's not like everywhere I go there's explosions and shit. Oh my god, Nate. I keep forgetting that I had a lot of stuff to... oh my god. Okay, I think I can do this right now. To pick up on Assassin's Creed last time. So, you know, I played a lot of that recently, you know, for side, or to get some of the side stuff done, and there was quite a bit of it. And switching between these two games like this and Assassin's Creed, not the best. Like, just the simplest thing of, you know, in this one, I hit X to climb up, and in Assassin's Creed, I just push up to go up. The simplest thing like that fucks me over so much on both games. But I will say, both games, very good climbing. I do like climbing in both of them. Oh, also since the last time I played this, I don't remember what game it was I talked about it in. There's one of them. I said that I was playing Ocarina of Time again. Fucking finished it again. Got all 100 Skulltulas, got all however many pieces of heart there was, and obviously all the heart containers. Although I will say I do believe that on one playthrough that I did of Ocarina of Time, I had fucked up. So this guy here, you want to do this, right? Because once again, you can stealth it a little bit. But that guy across the way will spot you. And you're done. I think that the best I've managed to do was take out that guy there as well for stealth. And then like one of the guys that are down there. Because there's like 4 guys that, like, that platform goes all the way around to over there, obviously. And you can take out one of them, but they're set up in a way where, like, that's it. Like, you're done. Like, that's the last guy that you can take out, is one guy on that middle platform there. I don't know where the fuck that guy came from. Did I just not kill that dude that was there? There we go. So this tower, not the best, but obviously, when you have infinite ammo on, you can just keep dropping grenades down the tower, and eventually, you know, you'll kill guys. There are dudes who, just like in most areas of the game, will only spawn after you get down low enough.
Damn it!
But you can get the majority of them from up here. Like, there's guys down there. And no matter what you do, you can't kill them until after, like, because they won't spawn until you get down low enough. But yeah, they have so many, because, like, I usually go for this guy here. Oh. How the... oh, right, because there's that guy underneath, yeah. So, like, I think the best I ever did is I took out the guy at the top, I took out that guy there, this guy here, and then I'd climb across, drop down, and kill the guy that's standing here. And then I'd be done, because then somebody somewhere would have seen me. Okay, no, I don't want that right now. I'll save that. Aha! See? They weren't there before, and now they are. The best part about shooting down, though, is just, like, why you want the high ground in real life, is because, like, their head's, like, right there. I mean, when you're shooting through someone's body, odds are you'll hit something vital. Now, obviously, that refers more to real life than in video games, because in video games, it's either a headshot or nothing. God, so many explosions. You know, if the doors fell out that fucking easily, there's no reason why they wouldn't have been able to fucking knock them out. Okay. So what you want to do here, right, is get the sniper, wait for a shot, and then pop them. There are a bunch of dudes along the bridge. They will fuck you up. So you want to be very careful with your shots. Hey, there we go. And don't worry about wasting the sniper ammo. There is... What the fuck is exploding back there? There is more than enough to go around, because you end up with quite a few... Nope. Come on, blow up. There we go. They have not successfully hit me with a grenade in a while, I will say. I'm very proud of that. Okay, there we go. Okay, I don't want the pistole. Didn't I have a fucking M4 when I came over here? Where the fuck is that? I mean, I picked up the sniper, wasn't it? Nope. Saw that, you prick. Oh, okay, now I'm out of ammo in that. Oh, that's fine. Here, I got this. Doink. Come on, get that helmet off. Come on, get that helmet off. It's hot out. You don't want to be wearing a hat. Hot out. Yeah. Come on. Get that helmet. Damn it. Come on, get the, there we go. Wow, I think that's okay. Now, see, he's taken quite a few headshots now, and I know that they were headshots. I can guarantee that they were headshots, because the only piece of armor that is off of his body right now is his helmet, and I was seeing blood spurt, and you don't see blood if you hit an armored piece. You see sparks, or nothing at times, but you know, either way, you don't see blood. Oh, get some more ammo, loading up on this gun just to fucking give it away again. Go. But at least now I'll have a full... Is that a... At least now I'll have a full one to switch back to once I'm done with the snipers again. Really, dude? Where the fuck were you 2 seconds ago? Oh, get more ammo. Ah, fuck. Yeah, see, this is another area where it's like, all of these enemies here, none of them will show up until after you've advanced. I will say, this game doesn't do it. With the helmeted enemies. I love games where the enemies have a helmet, but if you shoot them in their face instead of the helmet, it'll give you the headshot. Oh, okay, that was Elena. Oh, God. Well, this isn't good. You know what, I'm just gonna drop this right here. Now, it's kind of bullshit that the grenades... It blew off everything but his helmet. That the grenades don't kill those guys, because, you know... Oh my God. Oh yeah, that's right.
We're sitting down here. Get me up that ladder.
Here, come on. I'm safe. There we go. Because, you know, it's the concussive force of a grenade. It's not necessarily like the shrapnel helps, the explosion helps, obviously, but it's like the concussion that can really hurt. And wearing all of that, like all those metal plates in that, that would definitely fuck someone up. Because, I mean, like, I can't remember what it was. It was some movie where they were interrogating the guy or something. It was a movie, I can't remember what it was called now. But it was a pretty fucking good movie. It told a couple stories at once, right? It was about suicide bombers. And I think it was like, there was like one perspective, it was from a soldier. There was another perspective that was from like a reporter maybe? Or something? A doctor maybe? I don't know. It was something anyway. And then there was a perspective from like the kid of a suicide bomber or something, right? Where it's like, he's gonna be a suicide bomber. He wants to help the cause and whatnot by blowing himself up because, you know, that's, you know, useful. God, that's a lot of fucking... Oh, not what you want to do, Nate. But it was a really fucking good movie. And it wasn't like the suicide bomber kid was like...
Hey,
what?
I think there's a sniper rifle up there.
Was all for it either. Like, I think at the end, because I don't know if this is true. I imagine it is. But like, they actually had a kill switch on his vest. Like, for it, because, you know, obviously he has the switch to... Okay, what? Anyway, obviously he has the switch to blow himself up. But there's also a separate trigger that somebody else holds in case he doesn't do it. To make sure that he dies. Like, to make sure that it goes off. Where the fuck? Which is ridiculous. Like, I didn't know that. And I still technically don't know that that's a real thing. But I imagine it would be. It would make sense, because, I mean, yeah, what if they fucking lose their nerve and decide that, you know what, maybe dying myself and killing a bunch of innocent people isn't the right way to do stuff. You know, shocking that some might come to that realization. But it's still very interesting. But I think it was in that movie where they showed an X-ray of, I think it was like of a little girl or something. And she was, like, she wasn't anywhere near, you know what, I think one of the perspectives
We've got to get across
was
that bridge.
dude being like tortured, but he didn't actually have anything to do with it, maybe.
Hey, I think there's a sniper.
Okay, well, last time I tried that, it didn't work, so I'm just going to drop here. Oh, look at that. There is a sniper here. Because I think I see a... Or is that just my M4 again? Yeah. But yeah, it was like she was nowhere near the blast, but just the concussive force of it had, like, killed her. Like, it showed, like, X-ray, and, like, her insides were mush. Just from the concussion. Oh, fuck me. Right, there is a rocket launcher guy in one of these towers now. Which one is he? There he is. So you want to kill that guy, and then apparently he managed to blow up the entire building he was in. So there's also guys going to be coming from across the bridge, like you see the lasers coming from down there. I think as soon as you shoot that rocket launcher guy, that's when they start coming. This part isn't too bad, especially once you get rid of the two laser sight guys. Oh, whoops, didn't switch back to it once you picked it up though. Oh, because technically he was picking up ammo, not a new gun. But yeah, it was just mush. Like, there was not... Oh, fuck. That is a hell of an arm you got there, dude. Like, there was just nothing left to her. It was ridiculous. And, like, I can't remember how far away they said it was, but it was, like, insane that she was, like, that far away from the explosion. And it fucked her up that bad. But yeah, really good movie. Wish I could remember the name of it. I wouldn't... It's one of those movies, right, where... And I have a few movies like this, where it's like, that was a really good movie. I'm never going to watch it again. Like, I just watched one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just came up on Netflix. I can't remember what the name of it was either. Revenge, maybe? It was like... his wife and daughter died in a plane crash.
That son of a bitch. We don't have much time. We're gonna hurt.
Chloe.
She goes.
But yeah, like, his wife and daughter died in a plane crash due to... Okay, well, just look it up on Netflix if you're interested in watching it. Because I gotta say, the way that they portrayed what happened, I don't know if it was based off a true story or anything. I don't think so. I don't remember it saying that it was. But like the way that they portrayed what happened, you know, the air traffic controller guy got blamed for it. He blamed himself for it too. Which is why a lot of people don't like that job. Because it's like, man, there are a lot of fucking people on these planes. You know, one mistake and they all die. Which is why it has like the highest suicide rate, I think, out of every job. It's like the most mentally demanding one. Just because they're constantly life at stake. But like, he got blamed for it. Everybody blamed him for it. He blamed himself for it. Not really his fault. Like, it was one of the few times where they're like, it was an accident. Where it was really just a straight up accident. It was a very unfortunate accident because two planes crashed head on into each other and no one survived. But yeah, like, I just watched that and it's like, it was really slow. And it's like, I don't regret watching it, but I guarantee that I will never feel the need to watch it again. Man, we're still in this chapter. I really expected a chapter change. I think I might have to fight in here, and then... Or maybe this will be it.
Be careful.
Be careful, yep.
Right behind you.
But yeah, and I have a lot of movies like that, where it's like, I don't regret ever watching that movie, but I know for a fact I'll never watch it again. It happens a lot in slow movies.
Stand guard. Stay alert.
I mean, just shoot him now. You have a sniper rifle. He's right there. Pop him in the head.
You must be holding him up there.
So this section here, I think you can also pull off a stealth run, but I'm not 100% on that because I never really tried, I don't think. And maybe you can't, because I don't see anybody either to even shoot. And there was supposed to be a guy up there. I don't see him. There's a guy. Yeah, I don't think you can, because as soon as you come out, that guy's going to see you. So it's really hard to tell when your next shot is ready when you're scoped in. But when you're not, obviously your cursor goes away and it doesn't come back until you can shoot again. I fucking love the one-shot weapons in this game. Because it really stops the enemy swarm. Like, it doesn't... Like, the enemy swarm, not too bad, especially for a shooter. Like, most shooters I absolutely hate because a lot of times they'll have it where it's like the enemy will just start running at you. And the reason they do that is because obviously they can take hits. And for the most part, in the majority of games, they don't really do it until they reach the higher difficulties where, you know, the computer makes things harder. It's like, yeah, by being very unrealistic. Like, they're not going to run. Like, in real life, you know, obviously. Oh, he's dead anyway. You know, no soldier is going to run, like, directly at a guy with a gun when he has a gun that still has bullets. Right? Like, he's not going to, because that's just asking to be shot, you know, coming out cover. So many headshots. Also, a good way to tell where there's enemies is by Elena or anybody else that's with you. Also, Jesus Christ. I think that was also a grenade launcher, not a rocket launcher. Yeah, it is. Because she will all, like, whenever you're with somebody, they will always take cover from the enemies. And obviously they're smart enough to take cover where the enemies can't shoot them. Not that it makes too much of a... Okay, I need to kill this guy over here first. There we go. Oh, God. And then... Was that another one over there? No, that guy's... Up there, okay. It's like, the fuck? He was aiming at Elena. Because, you know, it's just suicide, right? Oh, shit. That guy's got a beat on me. Oh, God. That was my last fucking... Oh, shit. Oh, nice. Do you see that quick fucking move there? Fucking rolled and picked up the gun. Okay, that guy's up top too. It doesn't happen too much anymore. They seem to have fixed it. But I know in like a lot of early shooters, which is why I ended up not playing shooters very much as I got older, because they kind of ruined it for me, is they would have the enemies that would... Sense that they could charge you, take a few bullets, and kill you pretty quickly. That's what they would do. And it's like, you either headshot that guy who's charging you, and not just like shotgun guys, but like anybody. Like, it doesn't matter. If they had a gun, they were going to charge you. You know what? I think I'm going to have to call it here because... Oh, what's through this door? Is it that fight, or is it... Shit, I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to call it here. In this nice little snowy area. Also, look. Tracks. They disappear, but I mean, he makes tracks. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next week.